Welcome back to Character Conversions, where I try to bring fictional characters to life in D&D. Today is a request from Corn Chief. We'll be building the leader of the Yondu Ravager clan, Yondu Udonta. For stats, we'll be using the standard array of the player's handbook, divided up as you see here. This will be another 3-class build, so I had to make sure I could meet the multi-class requirements. Dexterity is important for us for defense and offense. Charisma is next because we are the leader of a clan of Ravagers, and we don't control the arrow with our head. For race, we could go with variant human, as I don't think the Centurions are shown to be much different from humans, but to really amplify the difference, we will instead be going with Tiefling. Plus, this gives us the added roleplay benefit of already tending to be shunned by polite society. We'll go with the Mammon bloodline of Tieflings, giving us a +2 to Charisma and a +1 to Intelligence, raising them to 16 and 14 respectively. We have Dark Vision out to 60 feet, Hellish Resistance gives us resistance to fire damage, and Legacy of Mineros grants us Mage Hand, which I like to think as using our Yaka arrow to retrieve things for us. Finally, we begin play speaking Common and Infernal. For background, Yondu is a Ravager and interstellar crime syndicate, making the perfect background for him, Criminal. This gives us proficiency with Deception and Stealth, one gaming set of our choice, and Thieves' Tools. Our background feature is Criminal Contact, giving us a liaison to a network of other criminals. For class, we'll be starting out in Artificer. This gives us a D8 hit die, proficiency with simple weapons, light and medium armor, as well as shields, and we're proficient with Constitution Intelligence saves. For our skills, we will pick up Investigation and Performance. Performance specifically for the whistling. As a first level Artificer, we gain Magical Tinkering, 2 cantrips, and we can prepare a number of spells equal to our Intelligence modifier plus half our Artificer level. Magical Tinkering is like an advanced prestidigitation that won't really help us in combat. For cantrips, we'll pick up Guidance and Message. Make sure to always have Featherfall prepared in the event you have to pull a Mary Poppins, and make sure for your starting equipment you get your hands on a dart. Now with our second level in Artificer, we get our Infusions. We gain 4 Infusions, but can only have 2 active at a time. For Infusions, we want Returning Weapon, and let's go with Enhanced Defense. Returning Weapon will allow us to grant a throwing weapon, like a dart, a +1 to attack and damage, and after we throw it, it automatically returns to us. Just about all we need for the Yaka arrow. Enhanced Defense will increase our AC by +1. For the other 2 infusions, pick whatever suits you in your campaign. At 3rd level, we're going to take a flavor dip into Warlock. You can skip this if you like, but you'll see why I did it in a moment. For our otherworldly patron, we will of course be taking Hexblade, granting us Hexblade's Curse, Hex Warrior, and Pact Magic. Hexblade Curse will allow us to use a bonus action on a single target for 1 minute to deal an extra damage equal to our proficiency bonus, crit on a 19 to 20, and heal hit points equal to our class level and charisma modifier when they die. The more important ability is Hex Warrior. This will allow us to select one weapon, like our dart, that we can now use our charisma modifier for attack and damage. We don't control our weapon with our head, we use our heart. For Pact Magic, we can gain 2 cantrips and 2 first level spells. For cantrips, let's pick up Friends and Prestidigitation, and our first level spells will be Hex and Cause Fear. Hex will help us up our damage since we're going to still be using a dart, and Cause Fear is a good way to represent how intimidating we can be. Finally, as a 3rd level Tiefling, Legacy of Mineros grants us Tensor's Floating Disc, castable once per short or long rest. At 4th level, we will switch over to Fighter. This gives us a D10 hit die, a fighting style, and second wind. We'll pick up Thrown Weapon Fighting for our fighting style. Now we can draw a dart as part of an attack action. In addition, it deals an additional 2 damage when we hit. Second Wind allows us to heal 1d10 plus our fighter level as a bonus action once per short or long rest. Our 2nd level in Fighter grants us Action Surge. Now once per short or long rest, we can take an additional action on our turn. We don't have extra attack yet, but when we do, this is how we will really cut loose with our dart. At 6th level, our 3rd level in Fighter means we choose our martial archetype. Now I want to go with Arcane Archer, and according to Sage advice, the fact that it can only be used with bows is an oversight, but according to Crawford, it is not. So instead of Arcane Archer, we will be going with Champion. 3rd level champions gain improved critical. It overlaps with our Hexblade's Curse a bit, but instead of being target based, now we crit on a 19 to 20 at all times. 7th level, our 4th level in Fighter grants us our first ability score improvement. A bit later than I'd like, but we will in Fighter to make sure we got more to make up for it. We'll trade this first bonus for the Sharpshooter feat. Now we can attack at long range without penalty, ignore half and 3/4 cover, and we can choose to take a -5 penalty to attack to add +10 to the damage. 8th level and our 5th level in Fighter means we gain extra attack. Now when we take the attack action, we can make 2 attacks instead of 1. 9th level, we're gaining our next ability score improvement. We'll be dropping this into our Charisma this time, raising it to an 18. As a 7th level champion, we now gain Remarkable Athlete. We add half our proficiency bonus to any strength checks or con checks that don't already gain them, In addition, when we make a running long jump, the distance is increased by a number of feet equal to our strength modifier. If you can convince your GM to allow you to use the Monarch's Factory version of Champion, I say go for it. 11th level, we gain another ability score improvement. We will be dropping it into our Charisma once again, capping it off at 20. 12th level grants us Indomitable, allowing us to re-roll a saving throw that we fail once per long rest, but we must use the new roll even if it is worse. At 13th level, as a 10th level champion, we gain an additional fighting style. We will be choosing Archery, granting us a +2 bonus to attack rolls with our dart. The -5 penalty to using Sharpshooter is now just a -3. At 14th level, as an 11th level fighter, our extra attack improves. Now when we take the attack action, we can make 3 attacks instead of 1. 15th level is another ability score improvement. We'll trade this for the Resilient feat. We choose Dexterity, increasing our Dexterity by +1 to a 16 and giving us proficiency with Dexterity saves. Our 13th level in Fighter is Brief. We now have 2 uses of Indomitable per long rest. 17th level is our next ability score improvement. We will drop this into our Dexterity, raising it to an 18. 18th level, as a 15th level champion, we gain Superior Critical. Now we crit on an 18 to 20. 19th level, we gain our final ability score improvement. We'll put this into our Dexterity, capping it off at 20. 20th level, the capstone of our build is an additional use of both Action Surge and Indomitable per long rest. End result sees us with an average of 130 hit points. Our AC is probably 17 and our primary means of attack is our returning dart that should average about 10 damage per hit. 30 damage in a round with all 3 hits. If these 3 attacks are Sharpshooter boosted, that's 60 damage in a round. With 2 instances of Action Surge, we could dish out an average of 90 damage in one round, 180 if it's with Sharpshooter. Our Yaka arrow is not to be trifled with. While the build is primarily focused on combat, with our high charisma we can handle ourselves in social situations even without proper skill proficiency. We just tend to lead through our actions and threat of force if need be. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment your opinions or suggestions for new builds. I hope all of your 20s are natural. See you next time.